Australia's trade agreements also include investment chapters and investment protection provisions. So one of the goals of Australia's trade agreements is also to promote foreign investment. That includes both Australian investors investing overseas and foreign investors investing in Australia. Investment is defined super broadly. So there's stuff that we obviously think of as investment. Equity, debt, loans, but, buying a business, buying property, investing in intellectual property, investing in branches or premises. Basically, most money flowing in, whether it's going into services or goods, it is coming in as an investment quite frequently. Australia requires basically foreign investment flows to come into Australia to fund projects, to fund business, to fund growth. Australia's biggest source of foreign investment coming into Australia is from the US, and our destination for half of our foreign outbound investment is to the UK and US. So $2 trillion a year is invested by Australians into the UK and the US. A lot of that comes from Australia's pension funds, but also from equity and debt coming from Australian banks, from Australian investors, going into projects overseas. The investment coming into Australia is going into all sorts of renewables projects, mining projects, educational institutions, the whole range of the Australian economy. The purpose of a trade agreement to encourage investment is to look at ways that you can provide stability and certainty to investors. So you can see that's probably why so many of the trade flows then flow between very similar countries with the US, the UK and Australia. Countries that have similar regulatory regimes, stable political and economic systems, and so become a very sound place for investment. The purpose of a trade and investment agreement is to try and lock in some of that stability. And so Australia's trade agreements, for example, will guarantee that foreign investors will be not discriminated against, will be treated equally, won't be treated arbitrarily, won't have their assets expropriated. And those are commitments we're expecting the other country to enter into as well in that trade agreement. And so that's a way that we can also make other countries outside of the UK and US, very obviously stable jurisdictions, a much more stable and safe environment for Australian outbound investment. And it's a guarantee that Australia is giving to inbound investment that can also give them certainty.